today we're going to be doing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Part 5, and if you want to see Part 6, then you should subscribe, turn on those notifications, and give this video a big thumbs up. Also, we're going to be reading from page 31 till page 38. Okay, yeah. The Letters from No One, page 31. The escape of the Brazilian boa constrictor earned Harry his longest ever punishment. By the time he was allowed of his cupboard again, the summer holidays had started, and Dudley already broken his new video cameras, crashed his remote control airplane, and for the first time out of his racing bike, knocked down by old Miss Fig as she crossed Petite Drive on her crutches. Harry was glad school was over, but there was no escaping Dudley's gang, who visited the house every single day. Piper, Dennis, Malcolm, and Gordon were all big and stupid, but as Dudley was the biggest and stupidest of all the lot, he was a leader. The rest of them were quite happy to join in Dudley's favorite sport, Harry hunting. That is why Harry spent so much time as possible out of the house, wandering around and thinking about the end of the holidays, where he could see a tiny ray of hope. When September came, he would be going off to secondary school for the first time in his life. He wouldn't be with Dudley. Dudley had been accepted to go to Uncle Vernon old private school, Smeltings. Peter Pocus was going there too. Harry, on the other hand, was going to Stonewall High, the local public school. Dudley had thought this was very funny. The stuff people want to come upstairs and practice? No thanks, said Harry. The poor toilets had never anything to do as horrible as your head, it might be sick. Then he ran before Dudley could work out what he'd said. One day in July, Aunt Petunia took Dudley to London to buy his smelting uniform, leaving Harry at Miss Fig's. Miss Fig wasn't as bad as usual. It turned out she broke her leg tripping over one of her cats, and she did not seem quite fond of them as before. She let Harry watch television and give a bit of chocolate cake that tasted like though she had it for several years. That evening, Dudley paraded around the room for the family in his brand uniform. Smelting boys wore macaron tailcoats, orange knickerbockers, and flat straw hats called boaters. The teachers weren't looking. This was supposed to be a good training for life. As he looked for Dudley in his new knickerbockers, Uncle Vernon said gruffly, it was his proudest moment of his life. Aunt Petunia burst into tears, and she couldn't believe her little ickle Dudleykins looked so handsome and grown up. Harry didn't trust himself to speak. He thought two of his ribs might already have cracked from trying not to laugh. There was a horrible smell in the kitchen the next morning. When Harry went in for breakfast, it seemed that coming from a metal tub in the sink. He went to look. The tub was full of what looked like dirty rats swimming in the gray water. "What's this?" he asked Aunt Petunia, her lips tightening as always. Did he dare to ask a question? "You're in a school uniform," she said. Harry looked at his bowl again. "Oh no," he said. I didn't realize it had to be so wet." "Don't be stupid," snapped Aunt Petunia. "I'm dyeing some of Doodley's old things gray for you. It will just like everyone else when I'm finished." Harry seriously doubted this, but though it might be better not to argue. He sat down at the table, trying not to think. Look at the first day of Stonewall High. He looked like bits of old elephant skin, probably. Doodley and Uncle Vernon both came in with both wrinkled noses because of the smells of hair in the uniform. Uncle Vernon opened his newspaper as usual, and Doodley banged his smelting stick, which he carried everywhere, on the table. They heard the click of the mail slot and flop of letters on the doormat. "Get the mail, Doodley," said Uncle Vernon from behind his paper. Make Harry get it." "Get the mail, Harry. Make Doodley get it. Poke him with your smelting stick, Doodley." Harry dodged his smelting stick and went to get the mail. 3 things lay on the doormat. A postcard for Uncle Vernon's sister, Martin, who was vacationing on the Isle of Wight. A brown envelope that looked like a bill, and a letter for Harry. Harry picked it up and stared at it, his heart twinkling like a giant elastic band. No one ever had in his whole life had written to him. Who would? He had no friends, no other relatives. He didn't even know he didn't belong to the library, so he would never get rude notes asking for books back. Yet there it was, a letter addressed so plainly there could be no mistake. Mr. H. Potter, the cupboard under the stairs, 4 Petit Drive, Little Winging, Surrey. The envelope was thick and heavy, made of yellow parchment. The address was written in emerald green ink. There was no stamp. Turning the envelope over, his hand trembling, Harry saw a purple waxing seal bearing a coat of arms. A lion, an eagle, a badger, and a snake surrounding the large letter H. "Hurry up, boy," shouted Uncle Vernon from the kitchen. "What are you doing? Checking for the letters for bombs?" He chuckled at his own joke. Harry went back in the kitchen, still staring at the postcard. He handed Uncle Vernon the bill and the postcard, sat down. He slowly began to open the yellow envelope. Uncle Vernon ripped the bill, snorted in disgust, and woke. "Dad," said Doodley suddenly. "Dad, Harry got something." Harry was on the point of unfolding his letter, which was written on the same heavy parchment as the envelope, when it was jerked sharply out of my hand by Uncle Vernon. That's mine," and said Harry, trying to snatch it back. "Who'd been writing to you?" sneered Uncle Vernon, shaking the letter open from one hand and glancing at it. His face went red to green and then faster than a set of traffic lights. He didn't stop there. Within seconds, it was grayish white of old porch, but Petunia, he gasped. Dudley tried to reach the letter and read it, but Uncle Vernon held it up high, out of reach. Petunia took a look at it curiously and she read the first line. For a moment, she thought she might faint, and then she clutched her. "Oh my goodness, Vernon!" They both stared at each other, seeming they forgot about Harry and Dudley that were still in the room. Dudley wasn't used to be getting ignored. He gave his father a sharp tap on the head with his mounting stick. "I want to read the letter," he said out loudly. "I want to read it," said Harry furiously, "and it's mine." "But get out, both of you," croaked Uncle Vernon, stuffing the letter back inside his envelope. Harry didn't move. "I want my letter," he shouted. "Let me see it," demanded Dudley. "Out," roared Uncle Vernon. He took both Harry and Dudley by the scruffs of their neck and threw them into the hall, slamming the kitchen door behind them. Harry and Dudley promptly and furiously but silent fight over who would listen through the keyhole. Dudley won, so Harry and his glasses dangling from one lay flat on his stomach to listen at the crack between the floor and floor. "Vernon," Aunt Petunia was saying in a quivering voice, "look at the address. How could they possibly know where he sleeps? You don't think they're watching the house, Vernon? Spying, watching, spying. Might be following us," muttered Uncle Vernon wildly. Harry could see Uncle Vernon's shiny black shoes pacing up and down the stairs. "No," he said finally. "No, we'll have to ignore it. I don't think get an answer. Yes, that's best. Won't do anything. But I'm not having one in that house, Petunia. Didn't I swear when he took and we'd stamp out of the dangerous nonsense? That event was going to get back from work." Uncle Vernon did everything he would have never done before. He visited Harry in his cupboard. "Where's my letter?" said Harry the moment Uncle Vernon had squeezed through the door. "Who's writing to me?" And I said we were going to stop at page 38, but we're going to stop at page 36. So remember, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. Bye!